Hey, Asa. Afternoon. Still trying to give up smoking. How are you, my friend? Hey, Scratch. Nice to see you. Mwah, mwah. To you too. So last night I was getting busy and making some wands for Etsy. Carving out some wands that I'll be showing people real soon. So that's pretty cool. Plenty of cuts and stuff to show for it. Blood. Managed to stab me in here because I was scratching and I had the carving knife in the hand. Liability. So today is you're off work just chilling like a villain, says Asa. A happy day off work, Asa. I hope you get nice surprises throughout the day, my friend. You did get here early. Scratch. You did. Don't know whether I'm early or late. I'm trying to just fit them in when I can at the moment. I'll be quite honest. I really try to give up smoking. I'm sucking on that like it's a dummy or a pacifier for my American friends. And it's not pacifying very well. I'll tell you that for sure. So shall we get into it? Shall we go? You were asleep yesterday. I hope you had good dreams, Scratch. I've been having weird dreams, very weird dreams. And quite a few visitations. I'll start some smudge off actually. Should get smoky up in here. I can't smoke, I'll smoke something else. There we go. Smoky it is. Right. So I've been speaking. Hey to you too. I am doing good, Scratchy. I've been working hard, carving out some wands for Etsy and stuff. So getting stuff done. It's trying to pull everything together. The problem with me is I'm an ideas person. And I get lots of ideas all at once. And hey, Autumn, good day to you. So I'm trying to sort of compile all of that and get it in a flow, taking on board some things that Jess said, and Jess is a dude, not a dudette. My bad. And so, you know, I'm going to be looking into Brighteon and stuff like that to get it out there and get things abundant, get that land bought, set up the things I want to set up on that land. So yes, Scratch, I'm good. I'm staying focused, on point, not giving up. I don't give up anyway. Getting back that abundance that I had so that I can seed it in good places. So let's go. Have I got all boys up in here today? Wow. I'll be the bartender and the barmaid, and let's go for the 7th of the 7th, 2021. Hey, Rog G. Yes, I am a card reader, Roger. I've replied to you actually a couple of times. Hit me up after this. I promise I'll reply straight away so we can get a line open there. Absolutely. I never give up, and I always keep smiling. Asa on Facebook will tell you that. He's a smiler too, and he doesn't give up either. Happy go lucky. And so no, Scratch, I don't give up. I'm a pretty determined little sucker, and I want to be. And I always want to be. So thank you for that. Thank you for that encouragement. You'll see the progress, guaranteed. So for the 7th of the 7th, 2021, take what resonates. It is general. It is a general reading of the energies of the day to give you foresight, foreknowing. Use it for your greatness. Whatever doesn't resonate, ditch it. No offense will be taken. Please share out the stream wherever you are sharing it or watching it from. I really do appreciate that. Give it a like. It doesn't hurt the finger, you know, pretty easy movement. I would really appreciate that too. And let's see. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the three of Pentacles. So this would speak to teamwork. It would speak to looking outside of self, to be able to collaborate, bring things together. You know, a lot of the greatest buildings cannot be built by one person. It takes a team, but that team takes delegation. There's a lot of focus on teams, groups, people, tribes coming together right now and sort of going through the natural process of, you know, sorting out not hierarchy, but positions and leadership and roles that can be fulfilled correctly. You know, egos maybe bouncing around a little bit, you know, until they bounce out of the room for a while, you know. So there's lots of, you know, maybe feels like upheaval, but it's just a natural process, a settling down of the river, so to speak, so the sediment can settle down and the river can flow, so that the group, the tribe can flow. But it does take honesty, it does take work, and it does take work on individual levels within the group to be able to maintain a healthy balance of ego, a healthy balance of intuition, and a healthy balance of wanting to be part of a team. We have been, as a collective, really isolated compared to what we used to be like. We have been learning to live in little boxes, very, very separate to one another, neighbors hardly talking to one another, you know, and in particular over this last 18 months, we have been in that period like 100 times more with the isolation, the lockdown process, just solidifying that a bit more. Why? Because groups and teams are powerful. People working together are powerful. People knowing themselves and knowing their skill sets is powerful. So it can only be powerful though if you are confident in knowing of your individual status, of your individual skill sets, having confidence in those, but also having confidence to say, that's not me. I don't fulfill that role. That's I can't fulfill that. That doesn't resonate with me at all. So honesty honesty with yourself, and then reflecting outwards with honesty with others. So teams, groups, very much on the energetic sphere, so to speak, the energetic focal point of a lot of people. If you have not found people that you can trust, that you can affiliate with, that you can, be shoulder to shoulder with, if needs must, do so. Don't let ego get in the way. If nobody's built something in your community yet of some sort of resistance, build it yourself. Start to invite people. I guarantee you there are people sitting willing it to happen, willing somebody to start something off. And it needs to happen, really, if you get what I'm saying, for what may be coming down the line and what's already, let's face it, here. So on the clarifying deck, we have the 10 of Cups, but it's in reverse. And so, there's this weird duality even within, so duality, this side, but within this side and this side, there is duality too, in that there's this bliss, there's this exhilaration of finding groups, of finding like-minded people, of feeling actually the release of all of the years for a lot of people who came into this realm with a foreknowing, with a forewarning and an intuition and a psychic side of themselves that they managed to maintain in the entrance through the veil to this realm. But it's been frustrating, it's been isolating in itself, because you feel like you're in a dystopian movie. We are. And so that it's been an isolating process anyway. So there is this bliss, this exhilaration of like, oh damn, I know shit's bad at the minute. I know it's really, not good, but actually I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling, that I can actually talk now. I can actually be me and actually put out the things that I know inside intuitively. I can be more free in certain realms, in certain groups, in certain affiliations, in certain friendships. But then at the same time, there's that bliss within this side of the dualistic process. But also at the same time, there is the knowing of, but damn, why did it take so long, and why are still so few awake? Why are there still so many asleep? And sort of just the foreboding, the foreknowing of, what's coming down the line. Also in your individual life, you've found this freedom with everything and above that I've just said, but you may be in circumstances, relationships, certain groups, certain friendships that actually do not resonate. And so you have this blissful exhilaration when you're with some people, and you go home and it's like, shit, I'm back in my box. The see-through mask, the invisible mask, has to be put back on. That muzzle has to be put back on. So it's about finding the bravery to turn this 10 of Cups in the upright and being yourself wherever you are, and making the moves to actually find that bliss in its total status in the 10 of Cups upright. Moving your physical circumstances, your circles, whatever that might be that resonates with you, in order to turn this 10 of Cups in the upright. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful energy, and because many people don't feel it a lot of the time, severely underestimated, it is this emotional alignment where there is this emotional flow. Life is resonating with your waters are running clear. You've got clear memory of things, clear, your body's healthier for it. Everything just moves and flows better. The circulation, it's about the fluids within you and the fluids without you in other people, the emotions that you can share with other people. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy, and it is worth making the moves within this 3 of Pentacles to find in your tribe, to find in your friendship groups, find in the relationship, if that's what you're interested in, that resonates with you, that'll turn this 10 of Cups in the upright. So yes, it's in the reverse, but it's not in the reverse outside of the capabilities of you to turn it around real quick by making the moves, taking the steps, planning and whatnot. So the first card in the reading, we have the 7 of Swords. So this 7 of Swords is about, what is being stolen. This reading goes deep, deep, deep into spiritual connection, into what some people might label soulmates, twin flame type energies. Sometimes I go back and forth on those labels. I think they're very much, what's the word? used too much, overused, too much emphasis put on them sometimes, and sometimes too little superficial emphasis put on them. Very much used in the spiritual community because it's what people want to hear when they're in love with somebody or obsessed with somebody. They want to hear that, oh, you're a twin flame, you're a soulmate. When very often, no, there's something within that needs to be looked at that is causing an obsession or an unhealthy balance. Sorry, not a natural, an unhealthy balance, but in your emotions, where really they're not wanted or not given back, they're not flowed back towards you. So for want of better word, this reading would represent that, and for some people it will. I'm not saying it won't, I'm just saying it is overused terminology and diluted terminology for the importance of it when I think it does happen, as far as things go. So anyway, Seven of Swords, something spiritual, thoughts, your thoughts are being taken. A lot of you have somebody who is quite obsessed, or there is just in general an energy of obsession rising in the collective. To me, I think it is a part of a DNA changing, processing, and witnessing changes in personality, where empathy is getting less abundant, but this obsessive nature is getting more and more prevalent. And so in the spiritual world that is then connecting into the mental thought world, the conscious world, which then connects into your physical reality, this is like a doorway for those outside of you that you might not even know about. It might just be that you're picking up as an empath, as an intuitive, on this sort of obsessive mist that is going on. This is a doorway through the mental thought process into your physical world. So it warns you of being very, very cognizant of your thought processes, cognizant of what you're letting in, why you're letting it in. Is it your thought? Are you randomly thinking of somebody when you weren't thinking of them? Does it keep happening throughout the day? Now, for some of you, this would be a good thing, and this reading would not resonate with you at all. But for a lot of you, this would be, why is that person popping into my head? Why are certain synchronicities happening when that person pops into my head? It feels like, to me, a lot of you are getting tapped into subconsciously from the other person, not even probably knowing what they're doing, but some do, tapping into that doorway that they can then sort of enter into your physical realm and affect you. Have you sort of your thoughts taken up with something that is being almost programmed? This could be expanded on the collective stage from the so-called powers that be, and I feel we're going to start to see a ramping up of that, of a tapping into thought process, particularly in people who are hooked into the network, if you know what I mean. So be aware of that. Witness the personality changes, take note of them. And take note of these sneaky thoughts getting in that you just know aren't your thoughts, or just new popped in from somewhere else. And really train your brain, train your consciousness, train yourself to be really the best copy filter machine, but thought filter machine ever. And filter out those thoughts real quick and close those etherical and therefore conscious and therefore mental thoughts, and therefore physical doorways that people can get in and hook into your life. We have to clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this would speak to witnessing, and starting to witness this obsessive nature in a lot of people, and also this more obsessive nature of sexual practices, of weird out there sexual practices. Now on the collective stage, guarantee you we're going to see a ramping up of the weird and absurd and quite frankly sick types of sexual fantasies becoming acceptable, and certain terminologies being brought in even more than they already have been to create them to be acceptable. And just as the script was flipped and people who are so afraid to not wear a mask anymore, they've got to have their mask on, and look at us as people who are just using our mouths as they are meant to be used, our noses as they are meant to be used, free and easy to breathe through, speak through. you know, they are looking at us like the crazy ones. So the script is getting flipped very much so in the sexual energy sphere. With certain changes in people in the collective, you're going to start witnessing that coming in real strong. So be careful of this, because it feels predatory. It feels like it's coming in predatory, very much so. It also speaks to the biology of the ability to procreate. We're going to start to see a lot more evidence regarding what I warned about, the sterility and the tragedy of people experiencing, who are already pregnant, the sterility, and knowing just now how prevalent people like myself saw it would be. It's going to get really prevalent, very much so. Expect certain news on that today, maybe tomorrow, regarding or this week, you know, whatever, soon, regarding numbers of miscarriages, numbers of spontaneous abortions, which aren't abortions, they are miscarriages. Medical terminology, a miscarriage is termed abortion. So when they're using those clever words, don't hook that into lots of women going to get abortions. No, this would mean in our context, miscarriages. It also speaks to the menstrual cycle and a lot of women really, really being out of whack, and it's starting to get worse. Just gonna open the window because I'm smoking a bit much. Thanks. Alarm stop going off. I'm always setting up the alarms. So thinking of that, you know, thinking along those lines, looking into holistic remedies, holistic preventative measures to keep hormones in balance would be very, very helpful. So all of this sort of twisting up and twisting around of the spiritual, sensual, sexual space into the physical, sensual, sexual space. There's a lot of devastation regarding this and a lot of obsession with people. You might find that you're seeing a lot of people being weirdly obsessed, as if they've been in a relationship with somebody, and actually you find that they haven't. They're trying to steal from somebody sort of their loosh, their energy source. They're wanting to absorb everything. And so be very aware of that. And if it's in your life, you know, get rid real quick. It is not healthy at all. So we've got, as the next card, and this is a bit, it's a raunchy deck. So obsession. So this is number 15. So we've got number 6, if you round that down, the man, the makeup of the man, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electron. But this is somebody wanting to tie you up. This came up for somebody personally yesterday on a live. So you can see, you know, she's tied here in a very exploitative position. It's raw, it's naked. Now this can feel exciting, and if you're with the right person, damn, it's real good. You know, if you're with somebody who is mature enough to do this kind of sexual tantric magic with you, then go for it. You know, you're going to manifest great things. But you know, if this is happening on behalf of you with this 7 of Swords in the more energetic spiritual realm, but you're starting to feel it in your physical life, through those thought processes wandering off into spaces that you weren't putting them to, this is going to start to tie you up in your own individual life. Some of you are going to go through this process with partners who have been infused with that special concoction, and where you haven't, and you're going to start to witness those changes, those obsessions, particularly for those who are have been involved in domestic violence relationships and have been stuck with that even more so during this whole lockdown process. You need to take the actions now to get out. And I know that sounds daunting. You know, you think of the finances, you think of how, and the wherefore. You need to just get out, because this is a very deep obsessive energy, and in that sphere, in that circumstance, it is dangerous, very, very dangerous. A lot of dark sort of magic going on with the intent to sort of own the being, own the person. And this is expanded out into the collective stage, the so-called powers that be. People are seeing the sort of physical realities of what is happening. You look at that, you look at the numbers, the dates, the colors that are being worn, the words that are being used, and I can see this magical matrix, this magical recipe book going on, and it is deep. And it's not about really the currency, you know, the puppets. It is about to them. They get rewarded with the money, like you reward children with sweets, or you reward dogs with treats. That's basically what that is. The real currency is your energy and the deep-seated magic that is going on here today on the 7th of the 7th, 4, 5, 19. And they want to call off the Freedom Day, or they want to call on the Freedom Day on the 19th also. So look out for the 19th of this month for sure, which would then equal the 10 in reverse, you know, not for people's bliss, not for people's happiness, but for theirs. So this deep-seated magic is really, really strong, and it is not pleasant, and it is sort of hooking in ownership of the being. This is like a step up of the Vatican, you know, owning the souls. It's real deep, and it's going right into the innards of the person. And so with this Hermit card, you need to be searching yourself. If this resonates with you and reflects in your individual life, get out and need to search within yourself, so that you can release yourself from this cycle, this pattern of this type of person that keeps entering your life, as to why do you feel you need to be owned. This is a big question for a lot of people today, even a lot of people who have tied themselves up by going for that special infusion. Let's face it, I don't want to talk about it, but it's a major, major thing. And so this goes on to the video that I said about, do they know what they do? Check that out if you haven't already, how there's layers of this, and the layers go deep. And so with this Hermit card, there's some searching within to find where and why you have found this acceptable in your individual life. If it's not within a relationship, have you locked yourself down? Have you muzzled yourself up? Have you, shut yourself up? Have you been frightened to air your views? Have you done all of that? And why? This is a huge opportunity to clear out that dust, to clear out that inner treasure cabinet, to be able to find the treasures, the lessons of the experience, and become a more sovereign and more free being, which then would help more people doing this, would release the collective from this amnesic sleep that we've all been in for too long. And so the Two of Swords, the two realities, duality, these two experiences, two paths. This is where, what is your thought process? You're going to need to engage with your heart chakra during this also, to really be able to not just rely on thought process alone, because that is being, with that Seven of Swords, severely impaired in a lot of people, but to engage your thought process with your heart chakra, not to even look with these two eyes. If everybody would switch off the damn TVs for a week, poof, so-called powers that be could pipe out their stupid speeches from the stupid stages, and people would just run the stage, because there wouldn't be that injected fear or that injected magic that is under the words that are said, that is under the numbers that are said, all of those codes that then code into certain frequencies within the person. And so it's about engaging with your heart chakra, not just your thoughts. They're getting stolen, they're getting taken for a lot of people. Now the Chariot comes up at 7, major arcana. So we started off with the 7 here, and we finish off with the 7 here, major arcana. So this speaks of time speeding up here in this physical reality, which a lot of people are actually experiencing and feeling. This in the spiritual world, as we call it, it is fast. There is movement. There is chariots flying across the sky, so to speak. And you need to be in balance for this to be able to be you. Otherwise, your chariot is going to be ripped in two. If your divine masculine, I don't know what William's doing, and your divine feminine are not engaged and in balance with one another, in conjunction with one another, then, your chariot is going to be ripped in two, and you're going to feel that in the physical reality. You're going to feel torn between two paths. So it is about actually, again, starting from the within, that inner cosmos, reaching into those inner realms, those inner spiritual realms within self, in order to create a symbiotic, a flowing path forward in this reality. But the spiritual war is on. It is on fire today. 7 being very prevalent, you know, the bridge to the other realm, spiritual world. It's on fire today, and you're going to feel it. And sometimes you're going to feel invigorated today, and sometimes you may be feeling drained today. You know, those swords being thrown, 7 of swords here, 2 of swords here, 7 here. What is this one? His penis is a sword. He's erect in this card. You know, think of Shakespeare. And so the swords and wands here, and people don't give enough credence to how much a word, how much words that are spoken are swords, and even more effective across different realms than physical swords themselves. They pierce through, and so your thought processes pierce through like swords. You know that somebody saying something powerful and lovely to you can pierce through you and really invigorate you. But then the same goes that, you know, if you're putting up with something or a circumstance where you have people saying the opposite, degrading things, you know, it gets to you. It's a dagger in the heart. You feel it physically. And so being very, very intentive and very careful of the words and the thoughts that you allow in, and the words you allow yourself to speak over yourself, first and foremost, for sure, rather than even anyone else. So I clarified as I was sitting, so I was just keeping myself busy. Another 3 comes up, another 3 of Pentacles. We had the 3 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. Another 3 comes up, and the 3 of Wands. So 666, you know, 999, however you want to take it. It is about taking action. You can't keep sitting back here. Things are happening, and you don't want them knocking at your door. The World card, you know, the world is moving into a different cycle. Which cycle are you going to help it push into for your reality, for your family's security, for your security as an individual? Take the action today to be, you know, planting the seeds that you need to plant, you know, protecting yourself as you should, and building a tribe that you can trust, that, you know, no matter what disagreements, there's a mature tribe that you can trust and be with, and work in conjunction with, for sure. Hey Posy, hey my sister, big sister Susie Q, Cajun Queen, beautiful lady. Jack's dreaming. You're drained today. That would make sense, Jax. It's for a lot of people. I think it'll be. I've been very careful today. This morning. You know, closing off those etherical doors to that which I felt led to do. Because, you know, I've been getting certain visitations through the night. Some of them fine, you know, I don't mind. But a couple of them, it's like, no, where did you come from? And the same goes with the thoughts. Few people have been popping into my mind, and it's like, no, done. You know, leave. And so I can understand why you would feel drained today. Yes, 7/7/21, absolutely. So we have Elderberry, big bro. Who else have we got? I think I've got everybody, because I said some people before too. So how's that resonating with you all? Lucky Stone, Paul from Newcastle. Lucky says, exactly, when you are searching for someone outside of yourself for your happiness, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Soulmate and twin flames takes away your power. There is a huge aspect of that, Lucky Stone. I absolutely agree. And people are played into this. I would have so many subscribers, Lucky Stone, as you probably know. If I was to just come on here and say, it's okay. I believe in Jesus. I believe in aliens. I believe in guides. I believe in everything. And there's a tall, dark man or a blonde-headed woman coming into your life. Imagine. I'm not going to, it's lies. Kermit Asan, thank you for liking it on Facebook. It is Facebook. Thanks, Asa. You know I'll never give up. Geordies tend not to. Okay, got everybody. Any questions before I go? Yeah, I'll do group meditations, but I've seen a few mass. Oh, thank you, Susie, my sister. I love that lady. Um, uh, I do a few group meditations, and I need to get back on them. It's something I was talking to Asa and Scratch about at the start there. But you know, I've seen a few of the mass meditations, and you can't trust them. I don't think. You know, it's a very easy way to hook into that energy source. You know, of people. And you don't know who's hooking into it, and they advertise them everywhere. So you know, it's not hard for you know, occultists with bad intent, you know, or occultists with good intent, but you know, dualistically they hook into it and use it for a not so great thing. I'm trying to find something here. Let's see. 1 second, bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. But it's something Lucky Stone said, and I know I've got something written that I was gonna say. Notes everywhere. There's an old one. Oh, yeah. It was about bliss. It was about bliss. Yeah, okay. So if we go just quickly, David Coombs, hey. Hillian, I don't know. No, I want to show that. Okay, so share screen. Share screen. Share. Okay, so bliss. Oh, it's gone off. Come on. So bliss. Talk about bliss just before we go, because it might help. It might help you, Jax, too. Today, if it's a draining day. So if we're talking about bliss, so if we say bliss, and so if we say bliss equals an implosion, which very much speaks to that reading, you know, when I said if you're with the right partner and you're doing that kind of, you know, tantric sex magic, it is bliss. It's an implosion, both orgasming on the inside and up. It's like most people have not obtained or felt. And I know a lot of you have. It's just a lot of people haven't, unbelievably amounts. So it's contagious. So it's contagious. When you're around somebody that is truly blissful, it's contagious. It feeds you. It implodes in within you. It's seeded within somebody else, just being around the auric field of somebody who is in a blissful state. It has a critical mass. It expands throughout the inner being, and it comes around and in the auric field energetically. It has a mass that is penetrative, and it penetrates through barriers that would maybe be barriers within another person or within this matrix itself. It penetrates through those barriers because the bliss is not doubtful. It's this implosion that really, it's an energy in itself that knows itself. And when you can sort of get to that point within yourself, it has this critical mass. People feel it before you enter the room. It expands that auric field and it feeds it. And so this is where it says, so if you think about it, the first time you usually feel that bliss from somebody else, it's in sort of a group context, which is a lot about what we've just been talking about in that daily reading. Finding the right group, finding the right tribe, being able to have that experience. And so this is where you might be able to start to learn how to even hold on to that type of implosion, that type of critical mass, that type of blissful energy. Because blissful energy, for those who aren't ready for it, can absolutely annihilate too. It can turn into that obsessive nature. It can turn into that obsession with another. So being around it and having it a bit like the immune system, in smaller doses, you can build up those blocks of being able to even facilitate such an implosion and then be able to maintain such an implosive charge is super important. So being able to inject that into your friendship groups, into your relationships, into the tribe that you're in is very, very important. So I just want to say, look for this in people. You know, even during the most chaotic times, like the word Susie always says each day to us, which are a gift. They are her injecting her bliss. Even in the most chaotic times, even in the most distressing times, she can inject bliss by her. She's the Queen of Swords. She's a Gemini. You know, she by injecting those words into the group that we have here, and we'll have all of you that do that. And so this is super important to look for that in the people that you have around. Now, if we say this, if we say the collective bliss of a group is so powerful, they are terrified of it. The powers that be are terrified of it, but not only them, those who, you know, subconsciously know they could not maintain or even facilitate or hold bliss as that internal bomb that goes off that makes every nerve ending tingle and makes you feel like you're physically floating. You are. And so there are a lot of people that will get their hackles up at bliss, at happiness. And the powers that be are just the same. Why? Because it is explosive. It is so contagious. And when we're talking about contagions, this is the very thing they've been desperately trying to not allow to be built, particularly within groups. They understand the building block process of people within groups finding bliss within that, and that building. That's the training of the being to be able to even hold this kind of energy, this kind of force. And so every government fears bliss. Every government fears bliss. And many in the collective fear bliss. They are not facilitated. A lot of them are. A lot of them, if they were around the right people, if they weren't getting indoctrinated so much or abused or whatever, conditioned and controlled, Yeah, but a lot of people just aren't. Whatever kind of being they are, whether they're a non-playable character, who knows? But a lot of people I look at and I think this would tear you in two. It would make you go into obsessions. It would make you an addict, wanting to hook into any being with that Seven of Swords that you can, to just suck that energy to try and get that first hit of bliss again. But there are a lot of you that have the container, that have the boat that is absolutely built to have this implosion and therefore explosion. And so find your bliss, and find it an important endeavor today and all days, because where we're talking about powers, we can't forget the construct of the most forgotten powers, and this is one of them. Bliss is the big, bomb, so to speak, ready to crack off within teamwork, within groups, within friendships. And so finding your bliss is it's bliss would actually replace the government, because people who are fully facilitated to carry bliss, it would actually fulfill, it would make us realize we don't need the government, because in a blissful state, people aren't seeking to hurt one another. They're not seeking to one-upmanship one another. They're like, it's wholeness. It's, self-confidence in the most beautiful state. And so finding your bliss, whoever needed to hear that today, I hope that helps, because it's super important and super powerful. Sigurd. Hey, Sigurd, make me smile. What does he say? Even if I tried as hard as I could, looking for good in a certain group that I was attending with, they couldn't indeed reciprocate the high energy that I was projecting. Isn't that the truth? They mistook it for my weakness, too much energy, fire, unable to channel it productively, according to some. For some who know me well can see the direction and are able to follow and walk with me on this part of the road. Sigurd, I would walk with you on any path, because you're absolutely right. For those who could not contain that, the level of strength and warriorship of a person like you, that is so strong that you've got no ego to not be so kind. So the kindness is mistook for weakness. The flowing nature is mistook for the non-strategist, when actually it's completely the opposite. And you've absolutely got it on point. Those groups, I'm very discerning as to say I'm working with, I'm in conjunction with, but my tribe is being determined, because that is the truth of it. And absolutely, I see your energy, and it is beautiful, and you do project it strong, and it does keep those people away at bay. They don't understand it, don't understand it, because they can't contain it. So be careful. I'm burning my water. Be careful. So Sigurd, absolutely on point. Keep those crowns on you. Awesome. People says Susie Q. If I haven't said to you, they're very true words, Sigurd. Absolutely. I see people. They're very true words. This boy hasn't changed his t-shirt or his hair. So yeah, the forgiving, that's a fine balance too, Jax. Being an empath, and how much forgiveness. And actually, one thing that might help you is that you actually haven't got the capacity to forgive anybody. They haven't got the capacity to forgive you in the spiritual context, in that, as far as the scales go, and this might help you in further process of this, that, as far as the scales go, you can only release yourself from whatever it is that they did to you or to somebody else. Release yourself from that burden release yourself from the regret of trusting them. That is where you can sort of forgive in the release of you from whatever part you played in the process. But actually, and the other person is exactly the same. So the whole forgiveness and judgment thing is very misunderstood, and it makes it real hard for empaths, because actually in the deepest form, although it's sort of achievable on the surface, in the deepest form, it's impossible to do. Because in doing that, you don't look at the fact that you just need to release yourself from the burden of regret, of trusting somebody that you shouldn't have, or, you know, you get what I'm saying. So I hope that helps. Oh, elderberry, it was all plaited up nicely. He looked like a little Viking. And look, yeah, he didn't let me finish it. I'm going to pin him down tomorrow before he goes somewhere. He's a barbarian, aquarium barbarian, this one. Nails grow like talons every week. Is 1 second. So he's Elderberry says you're a raggy mess. No, he doesn't really. Look, he's giving you a thumbs up. Little raggy doll. Can you see? Yeah, you have to look up to the camera and thumbs up. Thumbs up. No? Are you gonna leave me hanging? That's rude. That's rude. That's rude. So yeah, he's look, Susie says, love you, Theo. You read that? She loves you, Theo. We love Susie. Thanks, Jack. Sometimes I speak out and I think that even makes sense because I know what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God, look what someone said.
Yeah, you do. You let people back in, and then it's for you to look at that as to why I had to do it.
Look what someone said.
Yeah, Susie says, hit that like button, guys. Leanne says, hey, beautiful boy. Leanne from Special Group. Look, Jack says, hey there, Theo. Everybody's saying, hey there, Theo. Little star. Little aquarium barbarian. He's got another loose tooth. Everybody, haven't you? He's willing it out. Paul from Newcastle, look, says, hey, Theodore. Hi, Theodore. He's put sunflowers like we planted. Sunflowers are growing, aren't they? Jack's put rainbows. Susie's put a flower. Big brother Elder Barry. Uncle Barry has put a heart and a thumbs up. David Coombs says, favor, little man. Favor be upon you. Means good things are going to happen. Okay. More money. Yes, Susie, you know Theo very, very well. And that is why he's willing it out. He's been like this all morning, trying to, get it faster, to get that abundance flowing. He's got plans again. He's got big plans. Look, Scratch says, happy little chappy. You're a happy little chappy.
Okay, I'm going back in my room. No, okay. I'm not dealing with this.
You're not dealing with this? All right, he's not dealing with it. Can't deal with this amount of love. You want to pull the toothpick, bro? He'd probably let you. He's a little barbarian. He'd open his mouth and say, hurry up before mom looks. So I'll let you go. I love you all. Appreciate you all. I'll speak to you all real soon. Yeah, he would let you get the wrench out and just say, come on, quick, before mom comes in. He's very different, Theodore. Not unlike myself. Did it put you back in time, Jax? Love you too, sis. Love you all. Love you, sis. Love you, big bro. Thank you for holding space, keeping the chat all clean and nice. Not that anybody was misbehaving today. Love you, Asa. Leanne, look, she's put lots of teeth for you, look. Say, get that tooth out. It's coming out. Money coming to you.
Someone said, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They said, yeah. Little aquarium barbarian. So, okay, share this out. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Scratch. I will. I'm going to be. Shall I show you the wand? It's not finished before I go. Okay, I'll show you the wand. This one, actually, Sigurd, this one was for you. Because I said I would make you one. This is the first one of this batch. 1 second. I love you too. So it's not finished, Sigurd, if you're still there. So this is, they're going to be on the Etsy stores, but this is a gift for Valhalla. And so this is out of rosewood. So I carved it just yesterday, which is where all of the cuts are from. Carved it out of rosewood, and all of the wood is out of my garden or my mom's garden. So there's nothing nasty on it. And so this is what is going to be going up on Etsy. This one is for Sigurd, so it's a bit different. So it's all spiraled up. The handle is going to be metal inlaid in here, Sigurd. Where with the soldering iron, I'm going to stick some metal in the handle for you. All of this was impressioned in. There's going to be some leather strap in here. The moon, you know, it's a bit cookie like, but you know, I'm going to make that good. Metal inlaid in here, and we'll have some nice sort of nice something up here. So this is rosewood, and it's one of the sticks I showed you, Sigurd, that one of the branches we took off, and it had dried out real nice. So I carved this up yesterday, and there's going to be other ones going up on Etsy with crystals in it and whatnot. So I'll let you know when they're going up. I'm working hard on them. I'm cut to bits, cut my ear, because maybe me itched when I had the carving knife. Bit too close to the jugular. So yeah, this is what I've been busy at doing too, to create that abundance. But this one is a gift to my friend Sigurd, because he invited me to Valhalla, and I said to him, I promised him on the solstice that I would be making him a wand. So it feels beautiful, actually. There's a lot of energy in it. Been working with it. I'd put a lot of energy in anything that I carve or work with. I love metalwork. I love carving. If it made enough money doing it all the time, and if I had enough room and time to do it, I would do it all the time. Because I channel myself through the things I make. So I hope you like it, Sigurd, so far. It's gonna have copper put through it, you know, so it's gonna channel energy real well. Thank you, Sigurd. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. So this one's a bit more of a manly one. He's a tall guy, so it's a bit longer. And so yeah, that's me. Busy bee, yes, Jax, busy bee, always, aren't I? So I'm gonna carve Theodore a new wand. He wants a new wand, don't you? What do you want on yours?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. This was yesterday. So there you go. Halfway through. Nearly done. I'll show you it when it's done. I might not. I might take a picture and show you that, and then just wait till Sigurd sees it. But I have some special feathers now. I've reached out to some people to create a flow of these, because I've got a stock of them, of some of the birds that are rescued after a really nasty place. So this is the eagle owl feather that I've been playing with, and this is going to go on the wand. And so this is real powerful and connected to that. You know, if I see an animal that needs rescuing, I don't care who I get in the way of, I'll do that. So so yeah, that's going to be attached to it somehow. I haven't quite decided how yet. It might be separate as a you know, for smudging waft. So we'll see. Thank you, Paul from Newcastle. Hit me up if you want me to make you one. I will. I've got twisted willow, rosewood, got all sorts of branches just drying off nicely. And my garden's starting to mature here, so I'm glad about that, because I can see what I can do with things. The garden gives me things, and I give the garden what I can. And Susie, my lettuce is growing massively, so you'll be proud. I'll send you some pictures of that too. Yes, you said busy bee. Jack's Dreaming said busy bee. I'll have to show you Jack's Dreaming's channel, because Jax has videos of all of the sky and things, unusual things that you see in the sky. That'll be cool. You like the sky, you like things like that. Well, thank you, Jax. I can create you a cool one. I'm sure, pretty much sure right now. Put amethyst in it for sure. Can see that. I don't want to get yeasted into the sun. You're not going to get yeasted into the sun, are you?
Yeah,
You know.
I will.
Okay, I'll let you go because I'm going to carve some more. I'm going to do a reading for Leanne.
Why did someone say
And
love?
so Leanne, expect that.
Why did
I
someone
haven't
say
opened
love?
your message, but I know that you sent the email, so know that it's on my mind and I've got it, and I'm gonna do that. Is you know what? It's a bit like trying to impress Theodore.
No,
It's
about
like,
listening to stuff.
but he does get very impressed by things, but he's so laid back. It's like, oh, yeah, great, I'll do that. Yeah, great. So, hello, Sinazo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I get it wrong. Said with love anyway. Okay.
It's
You're gonna show them a ninja move before we go? Gonna show them a ninja move? One of you buys, like buy ninja? No, okay. All right. Love you all, appreciate you all, see you all real soon. Mwah. Thank you. So thank you, Sinazi.
You are perfect. Wait, what?
Because I said the name perfect, look. But I didn't know if I'd gotten it right. So I got it perfect. That's good.
Yeah, ninja. Wait, what?
Sinazu, you most certainly can. I'll pull you. I'll pull you one card for now because I'm just about to go with this little one. But you know, hook up with me tomorrow. You can hook up for a personal reading with me if you send me a message. But you know, pop on the live tomorrow. I'll remember your name. Let me know. There's somebody else that's going to do that. You have a great day, Robert B. Yeah, she's so fine. She does something else. I'll wait for a bit longer. I can hear Susie now. Yes. Sinazi. Sinazi, you have the 9 of Cups. So there is a happiness about you, actually a bliss about you. If you go back over this video, you'll see my explanation of bliss. But there's a need for you to channel this further and use the alchemy within you to be able to transmute that energy and channel it into a focal point in your life so that it charges you up and you actually start getting more things done in a day. So allowing that flow that you have of this bliss, of this happiness, but learning how to be more of an alchemist, because I feel you already are quite a bit of an alchemist with energy, to be able to channel that emotional body of yours, which is your waters, your emotions, how you feel, your intuitive, psychic side. The negative energies around you with the devil card here, the limitations and labels, it is up to you now to release yourself from those. I don't care who has put those labels on you or those limitations on you, or how prominent they are in your family, or how prominent a friend they are. You know, it matters not. It's a bigger journey than that. And for you to get the devil card, the temperance card, and then the 9 of cups is for you to be
someone said have a great day, Robert.
Yes, wait 1 second, baby. Is for you to be released from this and release your emotional self, your intuitive self, and your more psychic self into your daily life by being that alchemist that can transmute energy just as your body, you know, puts the circulation around your body in no time at all. Being able to do that real quick and not holding on to the negative energies that are put towards you or that you feel around you. So I hope that helps, Sinazu. Let me know on the next one. Oh, there's Susie's put her words up for everybody today. Look, shall we read that out and then we'll go? She says, you are all awesome people. Abundant favor to you. Nothing missing, nothing broken. May peace be with you always. Hearts, swords, forever. Love you, Susie. Love you all and appreciate you all. Let's go.